Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This video is about the S55 engine from the F80 M4s. If it's burning a little bit more oil than you think it should, then keep watching this video. So I bought a 2016 F83 M4 from auction. It had a full service history, including the run-in service. It was the color I wanted and the right spec that I was after as well. When you buy a car at auction, you buy a car without warranty, without buybacks. So if the car has an issue, you're buying that issue as well. Not always the case, but that's just a risk you run with buying a car at auction. I'll always continue to buy cars at auction because I enjoy doing it. So I picked this car up, and within about 10 minutes of driving the car, the minimum oil light came on. I thought, oh no, here we go. I topped the car up with a litre of oil. At the time, I probably didn't think that much about it because I figured a high-performance car is probably going to use a little bit more oil than a regular car, and it was maybe just coincidental that it needed oil right then, 10 minutes after I bought it. Anyway, I drove the car home. I drove it for another 6 weeks. Now, I didn't drive it a lot, so I only did about 600 miles in those 6 weeks. And then the oil level light came back on again, asking me to add another litre of oil. So I kind of thought, oh, this is burning a little bit more oil than I was hoping. I started off, I phoned BMW, and they said that their tolerance was about 600 miles to every quart of oil. Now, I know people with high-performance hypercars that aren't putting that much oil in their car, so I kind of figure that's just a way for the manufacturer to get off having to do expensive recalls or warranty work. And they're not the only manufacturer that state that with their high-performance cars. There are others who say similar sort of figures, 600 miles to a quart. Anyway, I'd put another litre of on, and then the light came on for a third time, and I thought, right, this isn't right. I'm going to have to do something about it. So I checked out the forums, and most people were saying that if the turbos were leaking oil, that you had a problem with your turbo seals. The seals are starting to fail, and the oil is seeping through and burning at quite a rate. So we decided that we were going to take the turbos out. To get the turbos out, they're fairly buried under the engine. You need to get the car up on the ramp, take the floor pans off, take quite a bit out from underneath the car. You then have to lift the engine up. You need to get a support beam across the engine. Get the towing eye into the engine itself, and then lift it up approximately 25 mil. That allows you to get the heat shields out from around the turbos, and then get them out as well. Get the turbos out. So we pull the two turbos out, and as you know, there are three cylinders go to one, three go to another. Both turbos suffer the same issue with the carbon buildup inside, so the issue with the seals was happening on both the turbos. Some people at this stage then, it's an expensive fix already. Some people spend the extra money and upgrade the turbos, maybe put in hybrid turbos or pure turbos. They'll get more horsepower. Obviously, you have to do a few other fixes to the car. Suggested crank hubcapture maybe as well. I didn't want to do that because I don't usually keep my cars long enough to want to do those sort of modifications to it, so I sent the turbos away to get overhauled by specialists who overhaul the turbos and send them back like they're new. So the turbos came back about a week later, put them back into the car again. One thing to note is that the gaskets, when you're putting it back in, are slightly concaved. So I think the front one goes up and the back one goes down. Don't quote me on that, but I'm 99% sure that's how it is. Rebuild the car again. Got it back on the road. 600 miles came. No engine, no oil light. 1,500 miles, no oil light. And since then, I've done 3,500 miles and the car hasn't used a drop of oil. Result.